Howdy, everyone, and welcome to lovely Klamath Falls, Oregon, where the Grants Pass River Dogs are here to set and take off the Klamath Falls Falcons. Should be a great one this afternoon. Lots of sunshine here in the Klamath Basin at legendary Kiger Stadium, and lots of stories at this baseball field. We'll, of course, cover all that later, and, of course, lots of stuff going on with Grants Pass River Dogs baseball as far as the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic being announced earlier this week, and these Klamath Falls Falcons, of course, invited as well. Lots to cover today, and of course, we got a great game of baseball ahead. Grants Pass has already beat the Falcons once this season when we were at the All Sports Park, so of course we'll cover that as well, and a whole lot more. Starting lineups and first pitch coming your way up next on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Welcome back to Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls, the site of this evening's matchup between your Grants Pass River Dogs and the Klamath Falls Falcons. Almost getting ready for first pitch here this afternoon as the teams line up on the side. We'll start off with the starting lineup for your Grants Pass River Dogs as they're being announced right now. Leading off, number 2, and in center field is Nate Morgan. Peyton Anhorn behind him, and in left field, batting third, is Cade Kissel behind the dish for Grants Pass. Colin Schultz is over at first in the cleanup spot. Jacob Memmott designated hitting and batting fifth. Bodie Kissel is in right field hitting sixth. Ethan Elzey is at second base and hitting seventh. Andy Lacey is at third base batting eighth. And Sean Tobin, the butter-handed shortstop, is hitting ninth. And starting on the mound for the Grants Pass River Dogs is going to be Blake Hollingsworth. We'll take a look at the Klamath Falls Falcons here in a minute, but again, this Grants Pass River Dogs team has already beaten the Falcons. They did it actually on Wednesday, 7-4 over at the All Sports Park, backed by a complete game from Ethan Elzey, an extravagant performance there. And even then, Blake Hollingsworth, our starter tonight, went toe-to-toe with Fairfield. They went toe-to-toe with Medford back on Sunday, a game where Grants Pass would lose 11-9. The River Dogs, they broke a 4-game skid against Fairfield on Monday. They won Klamath Falls as well, so a chance tonight to maybe start a little bit of a winning streak heading into a 3-game series this weekend with the Tehama Bulls from California before we get set for the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic, which of course we will talk about a little bit more throughout the evening. This, of course, also is Klamath Falls' last home game of the season. We could take a look down at the festivities down in front of the third base dugout. And a couple of seniors and guys who are graduating from this Falcons program, we'll talk about them as well, as a couple of them have some great stories, not only in baseball but other sports as well, going to the local high schools in the area, Klamath Union, Mazama, Henley, all those places. And, of course, we'll chat about them a bit later. You can see the guys graduating from this program, so to speak, today.
All right, we'll do the rest of the players. Number 23, Alex Hayden. Number 8, Bailey Whitlaw. Number 4, Tanner Wood.
Good opportunity now to talk about this West Coast Baseball Invitational Classic happening in Medford and at the All Sports Park in Grants Pass, put on by both the Mustangs and the River Dogs. As a matter of fact, the Falcons open the tournament. They play the first game on Thursday. But, of course, in their group, the 6-time Oregon State champions Medford Mustangs and Fuego Baseball, which is a travel team, very good squad there, and Northwest Diamond Sports, the 4 teams in the red group that will be playing at the that will be playing at U.S. Cellular Field 9 for the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. These Grants Pass River Dogs, they've also got their group going as well with Eureka, the Mudville 9 from Seattle, and Ice Baseball. We'll be back with first pitch coming your way from Klamath Falls. Stay tuned to PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
If you have a fear of overpaying, FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At U.S. Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Well, we're getting ready for game time this afternoon from Kiger Stadium here in Klamath Falls as the Falcons take the field in their all-white uniforms this afternoon. Always looking clean. Probably one of the more clean uniforms you see, at least in Southern Oregon and in youth baseball. Take a look at them defensively just for a minute, and we'll go with their starting lineup as well. Number 6, Gavin Graham, is playing second base and leading off. Number 11, Dylan Short, is over at third base and hitting second. Number 7, Caden Bolanos, is in center field and hitting third. Drew Rabel over at first base and batting cleanup. Scott Lewis is the designated hitter, batting 5th. Jacob Cook over here in front of us in right field is hitting 6th. Batting 7th is Cade Fanning, the shortstop. And we'll try here just for a moment. Not entirely sure who's batting 8th. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Just a little bit of a handwriting miscue maybe. And then batting 9th is Caleb Waits. He's behind the dish for Klamath Falls. On the mound, Eric Hayden is for the Falcons. As is the first baseman, Drew Rabel. You can see him next to each other there. We'll get you a good look at Hayden as they warm up. You can see the scoreboard on your screen there. This game, of course, brought to you in part by Oregon California Supply. Shout out to Russ and the crew down there for donating some tools and some of their time to help the Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball Club get off the ground this season. And we appreciate those folks over there greatly. You can check them out in Grants Pass next to Wild River Pizza and in Medford by Vilas Road and Highway 62. See Hayden warming up. And leading off the first 3 guys up for Grants Pass in the order is Nate Morgan. He'll be in center field. Peyton Anhorn and Cade Kissel. Peyton Anhorn moving up in the lineup. Generally finds himself batting 8th, 9th, batting in the 2-hole today. That's always nice to see. You love to see guys like Anhorn. He's a hard worker, and he moves up in the lineup, and that's what you like to see. He'll be in left field today. Colin Schultz bats behind him. He's over at first base, and we're about ready for game time this afternoon from Kiger Stadium. Shade makes it just a little bit difficult to see Nate Morgan stepping in, a Grants Pass High graduate of 2018. First pitch comes in, and it will miss the zone. Warm 89 degrees here at first pitch in Klamath Falls. No real wind to speak of. The second pitch makes it in there for a strike. Take a look at Morgan now. Takes that one high. Nate Morgan's been swinging the stick really well as of late, even while Grants Pass was in their losing streak. Knocked around a couple of runs, extra base hit threat almost every time he steps into the box. We'll see what he's able to do here starting off this game for Grants Pass. The pitch from Hayden. Breaking ball misses high. The 3-1 coming the way of Nate Morgan. He does damage in those counts, but he swings and misses at that one. Count runs full. For Nate Morgan, attends Lassen Community College. Well, we do get school. That one's popped up. Left fielder ranging over, having to fight the sun and making the catch in deep foul territory. Nate Morgan, a long out, number 1. Did he drop it? I guess he dropped it. Looked like he had it in the glove there, but said it will remain a full count. Do the 3-2 again. That one's going to miss. Nate Morgan will be aboard with a walk to start things off for Grants Pass this afternoon. And that'll bring up Peyton Anhorn. First walk for Hayden. Anhorn again mentioned. He moves his way up into the lineup today, usually again down 7, 8, 9 in the lineup, and has swung it really well over the past about week and a half. And moving up in the lineup to bat behind Nate Morgan. Throw over. Morgan back safely. Anhorn graduating next year from Crater High School. Only played a handful of games before, probably only went to a handful of practices before the season ended. And he will ground out. Good play by the Falcons, but Morgan moves up in the meantime. Call it a fielder's choice for Peyton, and that'll bring up Cade Kissel. Kissel, another one of those guys, has had a really good stretch of games. Went, I believe, 3 hits in the game against Medford back on Sunday, and played well in the win against Fairfield and Klamath Falls as well. He takes a pitch there. It'll find the zone. Cade Kissel graduating from Hidden Valley in 2017. He's been out of there for quite some time and plays at Oklahoma Baptist when school comes out. He's generally out in the outfield, in the infield maybe. Finds himself behind the plate today. He's done that a couple times so far this season and works hard behind the dish as well. He's got an even count for him right now. A ball and a strike. Breaking ball way out in front. Strike 2. Cade, a guy that you like to get going early as well at the plate. Really how he hits dictates how he plays the rest of the game as well. His energy in the batter's box carries over to on the field, on the base paths, and in the dugout as well. He'll be one of the first guys to be standing up and cheering his boys on if he's hitting well. Ball and 2 strikes to Cade Kissel. Nate Morgan on the move to third. Kissel gets a hold of one, sends it into the center field gap. That one will take 1 hop off the wall. Nate Morgan comes around to score, and Kissel digs for second. He'll get in there safely, and the River Dogs strike first as Kissel and Morgan trade places out there. And it is 1-0. Grants Pass leads.
Now batting first baseman number 9, Colin Schultz.
That'll bring up Colin Schultz. On deck behind Schultz is Jacob Mehmet. We'll see if he gets a shot as well. First pitch in, misses. Throw on to first from Short at third. Is his second out.
Brings up the DH, number 21, Jacob Mehmet.
Jacob Mehmet steps in now. Comes in and he'll hit Mehmet. It's a free base there. Puts 2 runners on, still 2 outs. And in steps Bodie Kissel. Bodie Kissel just graduated from Hidden Valley High School. Hits from the left-handed batter's box. We'll see if he's able to move him over a bit. Eric Hayden on the mound comes set, kicks, fires, and that one will get in the zone. Take a look at Mehmet's lead. He's got no one holding him. Bodie swings through that one. That'll be strike 2. Eric Hayden, if he's able to get out of this with only one run have coming across, that'll be good work for him. But Grants Pass doesn't want to let up, especially in the early innings. When you get to these. We're back live from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. Had some technical difficulties, but we're back on now. Grants Pass actually in the lead 3-0, adding one in the top half of the second. And Blake Hollingsworth still on the mound for the Dawgs. Pitching well. Klamath Falls yet to grab a base hit, but do up this inning for him. Trying to find ourselves back in the lineup. It looks like Drew Rabel leading off. Rabel, Scott Lewis, and Jacob Cook. It's 4, 5, 6 in the lineup against Blake Hollingsworth. Got a K in the last inning as well. Likely to only see him go maybe 2-3 innings, as again he pitched back on Sunday and almost a complete game. I believe went 7 innings through almost 100 pitches against the Medford Mustangs. And going down on swinging there is Drew Rabel. Scott Lewis stepping in now, designated hitting. Hollingsworth finds a strike there. Again, we were off the air for about an inning and a half. Grants Pass tacking on one more to their 2-0 lead when we last had you. And Blake Hollingsworth looking to hold on to it. That one popped up. Looks like Schultz might run out of room, and he will. Haven't seen much of Scott Lewis as a Falcon. He takes the pitch from Hollingsworth. That one's hit hard on the ground, past the glove of Andy Lacey down the third base line. Rounding first and heading for second. The play, there is none made. Sean Tobin will cut off the throw in. One out double for Lewis. Has the Falcons in business in the bottom half of the second. Brings up Jacob Cook. Cook, a senior to be at Klamath Union High School. Three-sport athlete over there. Plays, rather a two-sport athlete, basketball and baseball down there as well. Didn't get a chance to play baseball this season, obviously due to the COVID, and got his chance at the state tournament, basketball tournament shut down as well. Hollingsworth steps off, ready to toe that rubber again. Go ahead and at the left-handed Jacob Cook, 6'5" in the batter's box, and left-handed. Definitely an interesting challenge for Hollingsworth. Finds the zone. But for Cook, that's what you want. You want Hollingsworth to throw him strikes and try to get him to run the bases. That one's hit hard. Will be fouled down the first base line. Strike 2. Hollingsworth has a tendency to like to burn a couple of pitches here. We'll see if he decides to do that again. He likes to get a bit fancy with the breaking balls. He's able to place them. It's almost unhittable, but sometimes he can let it get away from him. So we'll see what he does here. An 0-2 count against Jacob Cook. That one is just a bit outside. No, gets him looking.
Brings up shortstop, number 2, Kate Fanning.
Brings up Kate Fanning, the shortstop. Third strikeout of the day for Hollingsworth was Jacob Cook, and now Cade Fanning. Hollingsworth checks the runner. Kissel does good work behind the plate again. Cade Kissel catching this evening for Grants Pass. Guy who gets going very well at the plate, but catching can get him involved in the game as well. He's a very holistic player, I'd say. Again, he thrives off of each part of his game individually. It carries over to everything. Has a good day in the batter's box. It carries over on the field. Carries over into the dugout with his team, but it all really starts in the batter's box for him, although catching behind the plate could definitely zone him in a bit. Pitch from Hollingsworth in the zone. And that'll be a walk to Fanning.
Brings up a left fielder, number 28, Hunter Schweik.
That was the first walk given up by Hollingsworth, and this brings up Hunter Schweik. Throw ends up going into center field on the pickoff attempt to second. But not going anywhere is Scott Lewis. Runners first and second. Out at second, it's Lewis and Fanning. The plate. Ball hit out of play. Warming up in the bullpen for the River Dogs is Vincent DiMatteo. And he mentioned Hollingsworth might only go a pair of innings, maybe 3 if he's still pitching well. But again, he threw 100-plus pitches less than a week ago now. So definitely on a short leash. He's already walked 1. And paying attention to the runner, the pitch home. He's in the dirt. Ball and a strike. See Hollingsworth delivery. Breaking ball. That one finds a zone. And will retire the side. Falcons don't get any across. They leave 2 stranded in the inning. We head to the top half of the third. You've got Grants Pass River Dogs baseball on playactionsportsmedia.com. Top of the third inning from Klamath Falls, Kiger Stadium. We've still got on the mound for the Falcons, Eric Hayden, as Grants Pass is up 4-0, and Jacob Mehmet is going to lead things off in the third inning. It's going to be Mehmet, Bodie Kissel, and Ethan Elsie as the River Dogs try to extend upon this lead that they find themselves with. Jacob Mehmet, 2020 graduate of Crater High School. Didn't get to play any games at the high school level this season, of course, because of the shutting down of schools and the athletics from COVID-19, as he comes in and takes that one on the arm, which will bring up Bodie Kissel.
Brings up the right fielder, number 1, Bodie.
Kissel last time reached on an error to the shortstop and was left stranded out there. First pitch from Hayden is going to miss. Take a look at Hayden. He's come in and hit a couple guys. He's walked a couple as well, but he's also gotten the Grants Pass hitters to swing early in the count when he's able to find the strike zone. So even though 4-0, we're only in the third, this game has still gone by quickly because Grants Pass, again, swinging early in the count. They're getting base hits off the first or second pitch. They're getting hit on the first or second pitch. They're getting guys on, and they're moving them across so far. That's ball 3 to Kissel. The 3-0, that one will find the zone to Bodie. He's going to have to battle back now. On deck behind Kissel is Ethan Elsie, who struck out his first time through. That one hit on the ground to first. Rabel's going to throw to second. Fanning back to first, and no way you're getting Kissel on the back end there. He beats it out. So Kissel reaches on a fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Ethan Elsie. Again, struck out his first time through. Got him looking. Did Hayden on the mound. Kissel liable to steal. Got a lot of speed off first base, and he's got a big lead off the bag as well. See if Hayden pays him any attention. There's the throw. And mentioned Elsie in his first at-bat. A lot of power, and, or rather, not Ethan Elsie stepping in. We subbed him out, it seems. I didn't see. Actually had to play for Grants Pass. Number 6, TJ Guerin. Guerin, North Valley kid, one of the only North Valley player on the roster. Getting his first at-bat here in the third inning. That'll find the zone against him. Ball and a strike. Guerin playing at least, I know, of basketball and baseball, and they're going to have Kissel in a rundown. Longer you get in a rundown, the more chance you have of getting out of it, it seems. Kissel finally tagged out between first and second, and that'll be the second one in the inning. Anyway, Guerin over at North Valley, I know for sure of playing basketball and baseball for the Knights. And making this River Dog squad this afternoon, the trip over to Klamath. Ball and 2 strikes to Guerin. Misses high, 2-2. On deck, should he get the chance, is Andy Lacey. Swing and a miss for Guerin. That will send the River Dogs packing in this half inning. We go to the bottom half. Still 4-0. Grants Pass is in the lead. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 50 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Pitching change for the River Dogs as we're in the bottom half of the third inning. Vincent DiMatteo, I believe this is his first appearance on the mound for the River Dogs this season. Graduate of Hidden Valley High School back in 2018, and he comes in relief of Blake Hollingsworth, who leaves the game still with the shutout intact, only after 2 innings, of course. He gave up no hits. No runs came across, obviously, for Hollingsworth. Continuing to pitch well. We'll see if DiMatteo can hold on. Even when he was at Hidden Valley and I graduated the same time as him, I still didn't see him pitch too much. It was usually the guy behind the plate for the Hidden Valley Mustangs, but now getting a chance on the bump. Vincent DiMatteo, a guy who hadn't suited up really until today even, so excited to see him play. Got a chance to catch up with him just a little bit before game time. I said, hey man, finally suiting up today. He says, yep, looking forward to finally getting out there. He told me he was going to pitch. I just wasn't sure what time he was going to come on out here and do it. But he is able to. And not quite sure what's going on here. They sub DiMatteo out. We're going to take a quick break and try to sort things out. Now River Dogs Baseball on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com. Well, welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Vincent DiMatteo threw a couple warm-up pitches, went back to the dugout. Still, as he hasn't suited up so far this season. So we'll keep you posted on that story. Wish well for Vincent. And in comes Colin Schultz. He will be doing the pitching for Grants Pass. He's a designated hitter in the lineup, so don't have to move anything around too much either. TJ Gurin replacing Ethan Elsie at second as well, as he got his first at-bat last inning. And Grants Pass leads 4-0 here in the bottom half of the third. And Caleb Waits will start things out for Klamath in the bottom half of the third inning. Game moving pretty quickly so far. See if Colin Schultz is able to get guys swinging. Schultz definitely a strikeout pitcher. If I had to classify him as anything, that's definitely what he likes to do. He likes to throw the good hard fastball. He's got a good changeup, can pull the string. His curveball is, I would say, still developing to some point, but he's working hard on it, and excited to see him throwing out here today. But the fastball is good. It's quick. He's ahead 0-2 in the count to Caleb Waits. Waits been with the Falcons program for at least 3 seasons. And Schultz misses high to him here. One of the guys who is graduating, per se, with the Falcons today. We had him playing their last home game today at Kiger Stadium. River Dogs get to be the one to see a couple of these guys off. Klamath Falls, of course, hoping to come away with a win out of all this, but right now trailing by 4 runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Waits. And Schultz will get him looking.
Brings up shortstop. Number 6, Gavin Graham.
Hollingsworth struck out 3 of his own in his 2 innings of work, and that's Schultz first, so 4 in total. First pitch swinging there will be a foul ball down the third base side. Back to the top of the order for Gavin Graham, who popped out to the second baseman his first time through. Graham out of Henley High School. Swing and a miss, strike 2. River Dogs seem to have good control of the strike zone so far. Going to continue that as well. Schultz from the windup, the 0-2 coming your way. In the dirt, did he go? And he did. In the dirt, strike 3 swinging. 2 strikeouts for Schultz so far.
Now batting third baseman number 11, Dylan Short.
Dylan Short 0 for 1 on the day as well. Now he's a 3-sport athlete over at Klamath Union High School. Football, basketball, and baseball. Played a bit of tight end in football season. Could see him, if we get to play football, you could see him under center. That'd be interesting for Dylan Short. Finishes high 2-1. Short, of course, another one of these guys, just like everyone out here, who didn't get a chance to play high school baseball this spring. As before anything can get off the ground, the OSA, of course, postponing and then later on canceling spring sports because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And basketball season didn't get a chance to finish for guys like Dylan Short as well. Three balls, 2 strikes. That one will find the zone. Colin Schultz strikes out the side. And they still hold on to a 4-0 lead. We head to the 4th inning. Got Grants Pass River Dogs baseball on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
Getting ready for the top of the 4th inning. Up this time for Grants Pass is going to be Andy Lacey, Sean Tobin, and Nate Morgan. That's 8-9-1 so far. For Grants Pass on the day, they've got 4 runs on 4 hits. They've not yet committed an error, and they have left 4 guys on base to this point in the ballgame. Hoping to cut down on the guys left on base, and that's really been what killed Grants Pass during their 4-game losing streak earlier on in the season. Just could not get guys over. They could get guys on all day long, but there has been more than one occasion, probably. And a pitching change for Klamath Falls. Whitlock now on the mound. He comes over and takes over for Eric Hayden. And Cade Kissel is the first guy he's got to face. That'll be in for a strike to Kissel. for Kissel so far today. He doubled back in the first inning, and now the pitch from Whitlock. That one will be in the zone for strike 2. 2 outs in the inning. The runners on first and second are Peyton Anhorn and Sean Tobin, as Whitlock looking to get out of this inning pretty painless. The 0-2 is flared back towards the mound, and coming up and charging it was Dylan Short, but nothing brewing on that one, and the bases are now loaded. Good way to fight off that 2-strike pitch from Kissel, and that'll bring up Colin Schultz.
Brings up first baseman at number 9, Coughlin Schultz.
Schultz no longer the first baseman. He's on the bump for the River Dogs. See what he's able to get stirring here. Bases are loaded. Again, a perfect opportunity for Grants Pass to try to prove me wrong from earlier in this inning. I said they had an issue of getting guys through the base pass. No issue getting them on. Grants Pass filling the bases up with ease. It's just a matter is if they can get that timely hit. This time it's going to come off the bat of Colin Schultz. And a swing and a miss there for strike 1. Evens the count at 1. That one in the dirt, no runners going. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Swung on and missed. Schultz goes down swinging. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. River Dogs leave the bases loaded. We head to the bottom half of the 4th. They still lead 4-0. You've got GrantSportsMedia.com.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking it by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
Colin Schultz still on the mound for Grants Pass. He's set to face Caden Bolanos, Drew Rabel, and Scott Lewis. A couple of hits between those 2 guys through the first couple times through the lineup. We'll see if Klamath Falls can get anything brewing here. They are down 4-0 to the Grants Pass River Dogs, who are looking to extend their winning streak. By the way, Klamath Falls has been playing really well as of late. After dropping 4 in a row, they've since come back and won 2 in a row. They're looking to start a winning streak going into a home weekend series against the Tehama Red Bluff Bulls. And that'll be a 3-game series at the All Sports Park. Then, off for a couple days, and they start their tournament, the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. That's going to be held at the All Sports Park and at U.S. Cellular Field 9, where the Medford Mustangs have been playing their home games. Both these teams sort of coming together on this, and the Falcons have been extended an invitation, graciously accepted as well, and will be put in a group with Medford as well as Northwest Diamond Sports and Fuego Baseball. Meantime, Grants Pass, as we look at the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. For Grants Pass, they're in a group with the Eureka Humboldt Eagles, with the Mudville 9, and Ice Baseball. A couple of teams out of Washington there. And bottom of the 4th inning. That one will miss. Colin Schultz struck out the side in the 3rd inning. He'll miss there as well, 2-0. For Schultz, again, command of his fastball is key. He's got a good changeup as well, and he's going to find the zone. No, he's going to miss. But it all starts with command of his fastball. His changeup looks the very same coming out of his hand. The 3-0 pitch here will miss high for ball 4. Drew Rabel struck out his first time through. Looking to bounce back a bit now and try to move a couple guys, get himself on base, and let Scott Lewis, designated hitter, try to do some work in the 5-hole. But Drew Rabel, a guy who's definitely got some pop himself. We'll see what he does against Colin Schultz. Decently off of first from Bolanos. The pitch finds the zone. Throwback. Schultz finds the zone on back-to-back pitches, 0-2. Another throw over. Mehmet loses that one a little bit. Secondary lead, that one misses high, 1-2 now. Schultz, a little bit more trouble finding the strike zone this inning, but still definitely able to, we hope. On deck is Scott Lewis. Pitch chopped at that one. On the ground is short, takes it to back himself. Tobin turns to the 6-3 double play. It's 2 outs in the inning for Grants Pass. Beautiful play by Sean Tobin. I mentioned it when he was up to plate, known for his silky smooth defense, and showing it off there. Brings up Scott Lewis now with the bases empty. First pitch to Lewis will miss high. Klamath Falls hitters not swinging the bat too much. Schultz can afford to go right at him, but that's not Schultz's MO. He likes to get guys to swing and miss, and you like to see that hunger in a lot of pitchers. See if it ends up working out for him already today. He's struck out a few already. 3 to be exact, all coming in the last half inning in the third. Schultz kicks, fires. You'll find the zone there. Strike number 2. Colin looking to get out of this inning. That one is swung off and fouled into the parking lot. Schultz gets him. Oh, close pitch. Go in the books as a walk. And now Jacob Cook, a chance up. He struck out his first time through, facing Hollingsworth. Second walk given up by Schultz. Cook takes the ball. Swung on and fouled. Cook gets a hold of that one, sends it into right field. No play at third, and Cook puts runners at the corners now. 2 out in the inning. and brings up Kate Fanning.
Brings up shortstop number 2, Kate Fanning.
That's the first hit that Schultz has given up, and only the second base hit of the afternoon for the Falcons. Fanning walked his first time through. Fanning on the famed Henley baseball team whenever they do get to play, of course. Went to the state championship game last year. The 1-1 from Schultz is fouled back. Be a strike. Ball low in the dirt will miss. On deck, Hunter Schweck, who is 0 for 1, but if he's able to get a chance here, means Klamath Falls likely will have driven in a run. Schultz fires in a fastball, will be fouled back. And Caleb waits behind him should he get a chance. So Falcons can maybe get a bit of a 2-out rally going, get back into the game, but Schultz looking to shut that down sooner than later. Comes set from the stretch, kicks, fires, and blows it past him. Strike number 3. 4 strikeouts for Colin Schultz so far, and the Grants Pass River Dogs lead 4-0 as we head to the top half of the 5th. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. If you're just joining us, we're broadcasting live from Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. The Klamath Falls Falcons are host tonight for some Grants Pass River Dogs baseball. Grants Pass actually up 4-0 as we head to the top of the 5th. Grants Pass, all 4 of their runs coming in the first and second inning. They split them over, the 2 of them, 2 apiece. And so far, Klamath has yet to get anything going. They've left their fair share of runners on base so far, as have the Grants Pass River Dogs. But so far, Grants Pass the only team who's been able to convert. We have same pitcher on the mound for Klamath Falls. It's Whitlock. He comes in relief of Eric Hayden, who pitched over about 3 innings of work and some change and gave up the 4 runs. 3 of them earned. He struck out 1 and he walked 2. And Whitlock now, of course, coming in relief, seeing what he can do against the middle of the Grants Pass order here in the 5th inning. It's Jacob Memmott, Bodie Kissel, and TJ Gurin. If the lineup holds, that's 5, 6, 7 for Grants Pass 5th. 6'5", hopped maybe about an inch off the ground in right field and making the play. Brings up Bodie Kissel. First pitch to Kissel will miss low. Bodie so far reached on an error and a fielder's choice. Back in the first and third innings, he's going to take a strike there. Kissel, a lot of speed out there in the outfield. That's why you see him roaming the corners oftentimes. Doesn't get too much time in center field, but you'll see him in left and right field sort of alternating, usually whichever way the deepest gap is. But here at Kiger Stadium, uniform field, 325 to each of the poles, 350 to right and left center, and 385 to dead center field as Kissel goes down on strikes for the second out in the inning. That will bring up Ethan Elzy back in the order after TJ Gurin hit for him last time. Elzy struck out, and so did Gurin. So the 7-hole has done nothing but struck out so far. And we'll see if Elzy can change that here. But he takes a swing at a pitch in the dirt at strike one. Elzy started the game at second base. Curious to see if he goes back out there to the same position even after Gurin took it from him a little bit earlier. He slices one foul there for strike two. On deck, should he get the chance, is Andy Lacey. The 1-2 coming into Ethan Elzy. That is in the dirt. Elzy, good patience here. Got a right-hander warming up in the Grants Pass bullpen. Tough to see who it is, but right behind me. And Elzy will take another one. Makes the count go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty. 2 outs in the inning. Hit hard into center field. That'll be a single for Elzy. And in steps, not Andy Lacey. I believe that's going to be Ike Gilliland. Gilliland getting his first time with the stick here. He'll take ball 1 high. Ike hitting for Andy Lacey. I believe that's who's warming up in the bullpen behind me, but I couldn't quite entirely tell, but now sort of confirming it. Gilliland waits the 1-0 from Whitlock. Pops it up. That should stay in the infield. We'll see who calls it off. Making the catch, fighting the sun to end the inning. Grants Pass, they leave 1 on after 1 base hit in the inning. They still lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 5th. You're tuned in to PlayActionSportsMedia.com for the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week. Grants Pass, River Dogs Baseball.
Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com.
New pitcher in for the River Dogs. It is Andy Lacey. Colin Schultz and Lacey sort of switching spots as Schultz moves over to third. Watch Andy Lacey warm up here. He comes in for Colin Schultz, who only pitched a pair of innings. No runs came across against Schultz. He did give up 1 base hit and struck out 4 and only walking 2. Bottom 5, 4-0. Grants Pass leads Klamath. Andy Lacey, got to be honest, haven't seen very much of him pitching. He's often on that right side of the infield, shortstop, third base kind of guy. He's got the arm for it if he can make the throw across the infield, but again, haven't seen him on the bum too much. So we'll see what he's got. against this Klamath Falls lineup that hasn't done too much damage of any kind today. They've only got a pair of base hits. No runs have come across. So far, by my count, they've left 3 runners on base. And due up for him this inning, Hunter Schweck, Caleb Waits, and Gavin Graham. It's 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Sun starts to set sort of at Kiger Stadium. 89 degrees at first pitch earlier this afternoon. We started right at 6 o'clock, and looking at the weather now, if we can get it to refresh. It definitely feels a lot cooler as the clouds start to settle in. I'd probably guess right around 75, maybe 72 degrees out here. Fouling it back on the first pitch is Schweck. That one in the zone as well. I gotta say, just from an opinion standpoint, personally, I like when the strike zone is just a little bit bigger. Get to see the hitters swing the bat more for one, and the pitchers can also get a little bit more selective on where they place the ball. They don't have to place it always right over the plate, and there it is right there, the bigger strike zone sort of coming to fruition. And you also like to see when the home plate umpire is consistent with the bigger strike zone. Sometimes that could be an issue, but it hasn't been this evening, and I like to see the bigger strike zone. Seen a lot of strikeouts today for both teams. For Grants Pass, that was their 10th strikeout as a team. And the pitch to Caleb Waits is low. Waits, as I recall, from Mazama High School. But has definitely been with this Falcons program for about 3 seasons, and one of the guys who's playing his last home game here at Kiger today. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Now take a look at Andy Lacey. 1-2 pitch from the right-hander. Kicks, fires, breaking ball, and fouled off. That was a big bender from Lacey. Like I said, hadn't seen very much of him. It's the first breaking pitch I've seen him through, and that was like it broke 4, 5, 6 inches. Still 1-2. With 1 out in the inning. On deck, top of the order, Gavin Graham. Lacey fires in a fastball, popped up foul. Lacey, the third guy to toe the rubber for Grants Pass so far. Each of the guys before him only pitching 2 innings. Hollingsworth got the start and only allowed 1 hit. 1 came across in the inning for him. He did strike out 3. Schultz relieved him, struck out 4, and also only 1 base hit. And Lacey's already got his first K under his belt. He's going to have to come back to Caleb Waits with the 1-2. In the dirt. Good block by Kissel behind the plate. 2-2. Can sort of start to see. You're going to turn the lights on here pretty soon at Kiger. Beautiful night for baseball. The winds start to pick up a little bit, but that's expected when the clouds roll in. Also like to appreciate all the folks who live here in Klamath Falls who are watching us. And shout out to the Klamath Falls Falcons Facebook page also for sharing us around. You can find out more about the River Dogs on Facebook by visiting us at Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball. Put that in your search bar on Facebook and you'll be able to find us. We've got everything going on with River Dogs, from just scheduling home games to also happy hour specials at Agnew Lytle Field, as well as information on the upcoming West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic, which will feature both of the teams that you see here this evening. Full count pitch from Andy Lacey that's popped up. Kissel and Wright coming on strong. and doesn't make the catch. It bounces off his glove. Caleb Waits will reach there.
Brings up second baseman, number 6, Gavin Graham.
And that'll bring up Gavin Graham. Struck out and flown out so far. That was the first error committed by Grants Pass, rather. And Alex Hayden hitting for Gavin Graham. First time Lacey has had to work out of the stretch. Misses inside with the ball. Dylan Short still on deck for Klamath Falls. And again, I mentioned Schultz was pitching earlier in this game. Lacey has come in relief of him. Colin now manning the hot corner over at third base. Throw in the dirt. Kissel fires back to second. No one was there for the throw. They had him dead to rights, but no one back there. Kissel, good idea. It'll be out of the zone for a ball, though. 2-0. Lacey trying to get back into the strike zone. Misses inside there. Having a bit of trouble finding it. So far, Grants Pass pitchers have walked 3 batters today. Wind blowing almost straight out to center field. And that'll be a strike. The throw over, and that'll end up in the outfield. Kissel had the right idea. It bounces the bag, though, and dies in the infield dirt. Would end up rolling into center field. Allows Waits to move up to third base. And Waits was sort of daring Kissel to throw down there, and he finally did. And able to advance to third. 3 balls, 1 strike to Alex Hayden. His brother Eric pitching earlier this afternoon. Lacey kicks, fires, and that one will find the zone. Full count. Lacey trying to keep the shutout intact. He's got to do it a little bit himself, though. He's got a good defense behind him. He's looking for the strikeout here. The full count pitch coming up. Breaking ball is hit back up the middle. Sean Tobin comes up with it. The throw onto first in time, but a run does come in to score. So give Hayden the RBI, and Klamath Falls finally breaks into the run column.
Brings up third baseman, number 11, Dylan Short.
Dylan Short, 0 for 2, steps in now. Quick 2 strikes to Dylan Short. He did strike out his last time through back in the second inning, and that would have been against Colin Schultz. That was his first strikeout of the game, rather. Swings at a pitch out of the zone. Slow roller to second. Guerin up with it and bobbles it on the release. And aboard is Dylan Short.
Brings up center fielder, number 7, Kate Milano.
Brings up Caden Bolanos. Struck out and walked so far in this one. Pitch from Lacey, fouled back. I talked earlier this inning about the Grants Pass River Dogs Facebook page, how you can find anything from scheduling changes and stuff about the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic to even happy hour specials that go on at Agnew Lytle Field. This one going on tomorrow when the Grants Pass River Dogs start their homestand against the Tehama Bulls, and popped up, no play on it. Call it the River Dogs double play meal. You can either get, you got one of two options. You can get 2 deluxe loaded pork nachos. By the way, picture looks delicious. And the 2 large soft pork tacos. By the way, I've tried those, and they are quite good. You can get either one of those plus a couple of 32-ounce large sodas for just $14. 2 of each. And great deal going on until about the start of the 4th inning tomorrow night at Agnew Lytle Field as the runner moves up to second. And it's still Caden Bolanos at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes to him. And off the glove of Kissel, advancing to third, is going to be Dylan Short. Big pitch coming up for Lacey. The run that already came across this inning was unearned. Doesn't want to let another unearned run come across, as Short reached on an error as well earlier on in this inning. Lacey kicks, fires. That'll come in and hit Bolanos, and that will bring up Drew Rabel, who's got a lot of pop in that bat. He is 0 for 2 so far, a strikeout and a ground out back in the 2nd and 4th innings. And Coach Kissel coming out to the mound to talk to Lacey. And truth be told, probably just going out there to calm him down. Lacey's pitched well. He's technically recorded 4 outs in the inning if you take away the errors. He's put the River Dogs in position to get out of the inning, but in 2 errors so far. And 1 run has come across. The second error is over there standing at third base. It's Dylan Short. But again, Lacey, he's found the strike zone. The only free pass he's issued was right there to Bolanos when he came in and plunked him on the elbow. Of course, you knew Lacey was going to stay out there. And in steps Drew Rabel. Comes in high and tight. And Rabel mentioned 0 for 2, but he's definitely a guy who can put the ball in the gap somewhere. Has good control of his bat. Another third-year guy with the Falcons, playing his last home game tonight. Lacey kicks, fires, gets it past Rabel. Swung out of his shoes on that one. That one must have looked tasty for him, but swing and a miss, a ball and a strike. You can see the lead off of first for Bolanos. He's got a bit of speed. Rabel swings at a high pitch out of the zone for strike 2. Lacey comes set with the 1-2, misses high. Kissel having to get up and keep that one from going to the backstop. Kissel working hard, especially in this inning. Try to keep the ball in front of him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's one thing that I like to talk about a lot when I'm watching, especially this team, a really good crop of catchers for this Grants Pass River Dogs team. They've got 3 guys who you can definitely trust. That one bounces in front of the plate, and Dylan Short will come around to score. That run coming in unearned, and will also run the count full to Drew Rabel. But anyway, Kate Kissel, who's catching tonight. You've also got Josh Robbins, who we've seen back there on the majority of our broadcast, who attends Umpqua Community College. And also Ike Gilliland, who hit earlier in this game, is not out there on the field right now, but was a Crater graduate back this school year as well. But three guys who you can really, really trust behind the plate. And Andy Lacey gets out of the inning, leaves a guy stranded. 2 runs come across for the Falcons in the inning. Neither of them earned, and they're back in this one. 4-2, Grants Pass still leads. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week. PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Top 6 from Klamath Falls. The River Dogs lead the Falcons 4-2. A couple of defensive switches for the Falcons. By the way, as I try to knock them down for you, I know Jacob Cook coming into first base, and it looks like we've got a new third baseman as well. No, Dylan Short's still over there. But we'll get the defensive changes for you later on this inning. But Jacob Cook coming in at first base. And for sure, taking his in right field. We'll get that for you as well. Right field is going to be number 5, Bodie Humble. Stepping in, Sean Tobin. The first pitch from Whitlock is low. Hit hard to short, fanning up with it. The throw is in time. Nice pick by Jacob Cook in the dirt. Out number 1. Six to 3 on the put out. Back to the top of the order now for Nate Morgan. Is hitless in 3 at-bats. Walked one of them, so 2 official ABs so far tonight. Ground out and a fly out so far. Whitlock, the delivery to Morgan in the zone. Morgan stayed cooking for the River Dogs even through their 4-game losing streak earlier a couple weeks ago. Since then, the River Dogs have bounced back and won 2 straight, looking to officially make it a winning streak tonight with 3 straight. Of course, after tonight, they're back at the All Sports Park, hosting the Tehama Red Bluff Bulls. Oh, 2 to Nate Morgan. Holds off on that one. High fastball is a good pitch to throw, 0-2, but Oregon laying off. Bodie Kissel, the left-hander, warming up in the Grants Pass bullpen. See if he sees any action, as at least he got out of his 1 inning of work. That one finds the inside part of the zone, almost off of the shoelaces of Nate Morgan. Will be strike 3, and that will bring up Peyton Anhorn.
Brings up left fielder number 3, Peyton Anhorn.
Anhorn, I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, has swung the stick well enough to put himself up in the batting order. And usually you'll see him 8, 9 in the 7 spot sometimes, hitting second today, and has proved why he's there. He's 2 for 3 so far with a pair of singles. Fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. Payne Anhorn, both the singles going to opposite field as well, so you could see first baseman Cook for Klamath Falls playing almost in the outfield grass, and same for our second baseman for Klamath as well. He's definitely known to go the other way, is Anhorn. Don't see a shift oftentimes for guys to go to the opposite field. The 1-2 to Anhorn. He checks his swing. It's in the dirt. And that will be the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, no runners left on for Grants Pass. They still lead 4-2 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. You've got the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. All right, back live from Klamath Falls. Apologies for the interruption. Still 4-3. The River Dogs in the lead as we're in the top of the 7th inning, already in progress. Cade Kissel is going to be stepping into the batter's box now, still against Braden Whitlock on the mound for the Klamath Falls Falcons. Kissel is going to take that one out of the zone. For Cade so far today, it's a pair of base hits, a single and a double so far for him. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. Pitch coming up from Whitlock. In the zone for a strike. So it's 3-4-5 for Grants Pass in this inning. That's Kissel, Schultz, and Mehmet. Between them so far, 5 times been on base. And Grants Pass only has 4 runs to show for it so far, but it's just a matter of keeping the momentum going. Grants Pass so far this season has swung the bat really, really well in the first inning. They'll come out fighting, and then they'll let the other team slowly creep back into it. And it's made for a lot of close games that, frankly, might not have needed to be that close. Grants Pass still with their winning record coming into tonight's contest. They've 6-4 so far in the season. The 3-1 to Kissel is elevated and will be a walk.
Now batting number 9, Schultz.
Brings up Colin Schultz, struck out and ground out so far tonight. Top of the 7th inning, this game has flown by, and again, it's credit to these pitchers throwing a lot of strikes, limiting the walks and the free passes, and also a bit of a bigger strike zone tonight, which again I always like to see. Allows the hitters to have to swing the bat a bit more and the pitchers to expand the zone just a little bit. So far, as I try to tally them up real quick, it looks like, call it 7 strikeouts for this entire staff so far, and for Grants Pass it's 11. And the throw down to second, and safe is the call. With the steal is Cade Kissel. Fouls it back, 2-1. On deck, Jake Mehmet. He's been on base twice as well. For Colin Schultz, again, Hidden Valley graduate of this past year. He's already pitched once in this game as well, pitched a solid pair of innings. And that was right back at Whitlock off of his glove. The throw on to Cook in time for the first out. Meantime, though, smart base running from Kissel. He saw the ball bounce out and he advanced to third. So with one out and runner at third base, it brings up Jacob Mehmet and a chance for Grants Pass to try and separate themselves from Klamath just a little bit as we head into the final third or so of this ball game. Pitch in the dirt for ball one. Hit hard back up the middle, past the diving glove of the third baseman short. That'll be an RBI. And in comes Kissel. RBI single for Jacob Mehmet.
Pitcher number 1, Bodie Kissel.
5-3 now. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Bodie Kissel. The 0-1 from Whitlock, he's going to step off instead. Maybe time is called at the plate from Kissel. 5-3 in the top of the seventh. That was the first run, by the way, Grants Pass has scored since the second inning. Kissel lifts the ball high right behind second base, and making the catch is Fanning. That's the second out in the inning. Ethan Elsie hitting now for Grants Pass. He's going to be graduating Grants Pass High School next year. And for Elsie, his younger brother, AJ Elsie, being called up to the team as well today, at least for this trip. AJ listed as an outfielder pitcher for the Grants Pass River Dogs and going to be a sophomore in high school. Sophomore in high school. Young Elsie. And excited to see him play at some point in this year. Haven't seen him on the field yet, though he has caught the bullpens of the guys that you've seen go out there for Grants Pass as far as pitchers go. Elsie's caught the bullpens. And good to see him getting some work out there. He's not the only young player that was called up for Grants Pass for this trip specifically. Austin Falk, also a sophomore to be at Grants Pass. He came in class of 2023, making the trip with the squad to Klamath today. 1-2 count to Ethan. The pitch from Whitlock is swung on and missed in the dirt. Have to make the play. Cook steps on the bag for the final out. And that will bring us to the bottom of the seventh. Get up and stretch, River Dogs fans. Your team leads 5-3 on the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week. PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Welcome back to PlayActionSportsMedia.com. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week. Right now, the score 5-3 for the Grants Pass River Dogs. 5 runs off of 9 hits. They've committed 3 errors. They've left only 7 runners on base, and I say only for these River Dogs. Oftentimes up near 14-12 is about the season average for them, at least so far in the games we've broadcast. Only leaving 7. They've converted on their opportunities. They're up by 2, 5-3 for the Falcons. 3 runs on 4 hits. They've committed 2 errors, and they have left 5 runners on base. This game has been fast-moving so far. A bit of a pitcher's duel, low-scoring affair for sure. 5-3, you think, well, that's not necessarily low-scoring, but as we look at the season totals for Grants Pass, this game definitely a lower-scoring game. If we hold pace for this, the only game that has even come close for the River Dogs in terms of score like this is a 5-2 loss against Medford, and that was all the way back on July 24th. Other than that, almost always a team is in the double digits, whether it's the team beating the River Dogs or the River Dogs themselves. A lot of high-scoring games for this Grants Pass squad, but if we're able to hold it here, only 8 runs combined. That ball will come in and hit the batter, Graham, and it will bring up Dylan Short.
Brings up third baseman number 11, Dylan Short.
Bodie Kissel out there on the mound. He struck out the final guy he faced in the 6th inning, and now we're ready on. Kissel finds the zone with a strike there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Strikeouts so far for this Grants Pass squad, 11 as a group. In the dirt, Kissel lets it get past him. Guess we should start calling them by their first names out there now that they're pitching and catching. Bodie on the mound, Cade behind the dish. Both Kissel brothers, sons of the coach, Curtis Kissel. Ball and 2 strikes now. In the dirt, runner moves up.
Moves to third.
Runner at third, nobody out. Kissel in danger of giving up that run that the River Dogs scored last inning. That one popped up foul, could stay in play. Tough ball to play, and Cade Kissel makes it. What an athletic grab by Cade. Ranging all the way halfway down the first base line. Falling over, has a lot of backspin on it. Beautiful catch by Cade Kissel there. And that'll bring up Caden Bolanos. Bolanos 2 walks and a strikeout thus far. Bodie throwing from the left side is able to find the zone with that one. Hit hard back on the ground. Kissel knocks it down and throw on to Mem. It's in front of that one. Bounce off his knee, it looks like. And able to make the play for the second out. That goes a long way into trying to strand Hayden at third. Klein steps in. And Cade checking on his little brother out there, Bodie. Looks fine, just caught him in the leg, and he was able to gather and make the play. So good job there by Bodie. Two outs now, runner at third, and in steps Klein with his first at-bat of the evening, batting from the left side here. Pitch in the dirt. Klein, Jarrett Klein. Trying to look at the proper lineup card there, as that one will be fouled back, a ball and a strike. A lot of Falcons getting experience here in this game. Kicks and fires, swings through it for strike two. Bodie Kissel looking to strand him out there, misses high. Remember, to get on base, Aiden was hit by a pitch. Kissel trying to do all he can to not let that guy come across who he put out there on almost the first pitch of the inning. Kissel kicks, fires with a 2-2 in the zone. Kissel gets him looking. What a way to fight back into that inning. You love the heart. And Grants Pass still in the lead, 5-3 as we head to the 8th inning. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week. PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Welcome back to Klamath Falls, Oregon, legendary Kiger Stadium. And we've got this one for you. The Grants Pass River Dogs in the top of the 8th inning lead the Klamath Falls Falcons. Ike Gilliland to lead things off here for Grants Pass in the top of the 8th. Still out there, Braley Whitlock for the Falcons. Hit hard on the ground. Up with it is short. And a nice throw over to first for the first out of the inning. Sean Tobin.
Brings up catcher number 3, Caleb Waits.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 6-4. Caleb Waits up to the box now for the Klamath Falls Falcons. They're rallying a bit here in this inning. They've got 2 outs and a runner at first. 1 run did come in to score already this inning, and Grants Pass leads 6-4. Again, we apologize for the interruptions with this evening's broadcast. Klamath Falls, a interesting location down here off of South 6th Street at Kiger Stadium, in the more rural bits of Klamath Falls, I'd say. But we're able to get it live for you. Appreciate you tuning in. And a swinging strike for Waits for the first out, or the first strike rather. And good game so far for the River Dogs. They still have the lead, but they are only up by 2 now after the RBI. Foul back will be strike 2. Still on the mound, by the way, is Peyton Anhorn. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Anhorn likely to go the bottom of the 9th as well, as there's no one warming up right now, but it could be someone else on the field, as everyone has only gone 2 innings so far. Ball in the dirt, and taking off is Fanning. He gets in there safely. Ball and 2 strikes. Anhorn comes set. That one's lifted high. Schultz, couple steps back and left, will make the catch to end the inning. 1 run comes across for Klamath. They leave 1 stranded. They trail 6-4 as we head to the final inning. Top of the 9th coming up for Grants Pass. We'll see if they can extend upon this 6-4 lead. Oregon, California Supply Game of the Week. That's what you got right here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Colin Schultz stepping in for the River Dogs as we are in the final inning of play tonight from Grants Pass. Schultz so far tonight hitless, but looking to improve upon that. He made a nice catch in left field to end the last inning, and hoping to get some going here. Caden Bolanos on the mound for Klamath. Came in relief of Whitlock earlier. Swing and a miss. Hit hard to third past the glove of Dylan Short. And a base hit.
Brings up number 21, Jacob Memmon.
That one bounced foul. A ball and a strike in the box. I can't quite tell who that is. Doing the order after Schultz is Mehmet. That's Jacob. Two and one. Missing there, 3 and 1. Pair of base runners for Grants Pass to start the inning, and that will bring up Bodie Kissel.
Now batting number 1, Bodie Kissel.
Still no outs in the inning. Bolanos trying to keep these guys at bay, trying to allow Klamath to stay alive in the bottom half of the ninth, but also on the Grants Pass, if they can put one run across, if they can get both of these guys to come across to score, that will leave Klamath with a big hill to climb. And Bolanos right now having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. Bunt attempt goes foul. High and tight to Kissel. 2-1. Bodie so far tonight is hitless. He's reached on an error and a fielder's choice, but struck out his last time through. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kissel. 2 runners on, and a chance to push the River Dogs over the edge in terms of a possibly insurmountable score, although nothing is impossible in baseball. It's the great thing about it. There's no time limit. It's just until the final out is recorded. But Klamath Falls, of course, still would have room in this one. But Grants Pass looking to extend their winning streak to 3 games. They're able to hold on. That one over to second base. The throw on to first will get Kissel for the second out. And both runners will advance. Kissel does his job there, though. He moves his guys over, and that's really what you're looking for in this situation. Now you set a guy up like Ethan Elzy, who, if he's able to do his job here, get a base hit, can bust this game open here in the top half of the 9th inning. The pitch from Bolanos is taken for a strike. That one flared, will be foul. One, two. Play at the plate, there is none. Grants Pass. Push a run across. 7-4 now. And Mehmet will move up to third as well. A chance really now for Elzy. He's still in a 2-strike count, has to choke up a little bit, but if he can shove something in the Klamath Falls infield playing in, they need to cut down that runner at all costs. And just the same. That one's hit up the middle, gets through, it finds the hole. Elzy does his job, knocks the run in, and an RBI single for Ethan Elzy. 8-4, Grants Pass takes the lead. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're the Grants Pass River Dogs. Elzy comes through with a huge at-bat there. And now, Andy Lacey. Time's called by Andy at the plate. Wow, what a big hit for Ethan Elsey right there. I said at the beginning of the game, man, he is known for his power. He is known for his ability to field the baseball, and putting the ball that time right back up the middle, doing his job perfectly. Get him on, get him over, and get him in. Grants Pass has scored 8 runs so far. Lacey swings right through a fastball there, 0-1. It's just good to see Grants Pass firing on what seems to be all cylinders tonight. Of course, it's a little bit tougher when the strike zone is big, but again, subjectively, it's something I like. But Grants Pass doing what they can in what started out as a pitcher's duel. They've taken advantage of a couple late-inning rallies. They've scored 4 runs since the 7th inning. Doing a great job. A ball and a strike now to Lacey. Bolanos comes set. He fires. That one gets the backstop. Elsey's on the run, and he will get in there standing. They're going to hold him up at second. You can definitely hear the wind picking up. It's almost blowing out directly to center field. .385 to dead center here at Kiger Stadium. The pitch from Bolanos will miss high. 3 balls and a strike. A little bit of a conference on the mound there. Lifted, high, deep, going back to right field. That one is gone. Andy Lacey, 2-run shot in the top of the 9th inning to give the Grants Pass River Dogs a 10-4 lead. Andy Lacey with the biggest at-bat of the night.
Brings up number 18, Sean Tobin.
Sean Tobin now. A chance to try to get something new started for Grants Pass. That'll come in and hit him, and he does get something new started for Grants Pass.
Now batting number 2, Nate Morgan.
Nate Morgan now. It's been a 4-run inning for Grants Pass thus far, and Morgan, who singled earlier in this very inning, gets a chance now. He drives one to center field. That one is going to be caught by the center fielder for the second out.
Brings up number 3, Peyton Anhorn.
Peyton Anhorn now as well. He's likely going to be the guy to toe the rubber in the bottom of the 9th. Chance to keep it going. That one's lifted into right field. And making a tough catch up against the warning track. And that will end the inning. But not before Andy Lacey sends one over the right field fence, 10-4, as we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. You've got the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together, we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Bottom of the ninth inning here at Kiger Stadium. 82 degrees, a little bit windy as the Falcons try to answer back. They are down 10-4. Andy Lacey sending one over the right field fence, hitting it probably close to 360-ish feet over that fence right there as you see it on your screen.
Leading off for the Falcons, second baseman, number 6.
Gavin Graham, top of the order for the Falcons. They try to climb a 6-run hill coming out in this bottom of the ninth inning. Peyton Anhorn is still on the bump for Grants Pass. First pitch is hit on the ground into the middle. They'll get through for a base hit. And if you're Klamath Falls, that's exactly what you want.
Brings up third baseman, number 11, Dylan Short.
Now Dylan Short. Takes one high, ball one. Ground ball will go foul. When Grants Pass is able to hold on and win this one, it'll be their 7th win on the season, and they will be looking good going into a 3-game homestand starting tomorrow against the Tehama Red Bluff Bulls. They're both a pretty good team. Grants Pass looking to get a good homestand going before they enter into the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. As getting plunked there is Dylan Short. And that'll bring up Caden Balamos. Of course, Grants Pass still has to record the final 3 outs, which, as they say, are the toughest outs to get in the game. Strike one. 25, 26, and 27. Those are the outs that Peyton Anhorn is looking for. Oftentimes, the team tries to rally. Grants Pass did it before their 27th out had expired. They put up 4 runs in the top half of this inning, and all but sealed the deal. Again, Klamath Falls still a very good team. They are very, very well coached. They are tough-minded. Coach Pete Whistler and James Hubble, and these guys coach a well-rounded team, a hard-headed team, and a team full of heart. So they're definitely not down or out of it yet. They will always battle back into these games, and swung and fouled back. Anhorn comes set. Fires that one in the dirt. Full count, 3-2, nobody out. Anhorn does not want to let this one get away from him. This is a big pitch coming up. We'll see what Anhorn comes with here. Peyton kicks, fires, comes in and hits him. Brings up the cleanup man, Drew Rabel. And not quite sure the conversation going on at home plate with Coach Kissel. He's having a conversation with our home plate umpire. It doesn't seem to be too long-lived. And it looks like he might pull the plug on Anhorn. We'll see. Meeting at the mound, and brings up Klein. Big at bat coming up for Peyton Anhorn. Nobody out. Bases loaded. The Falcons down by 6. Of course, they can't all do it in one at bat, but they've shown that they can get on base. The corner's playing in for Grants Pass as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Anhorn, all he has to do is find the strike zone here. His defense has been quite good this evening. Made some great plays. It's just up to Anhorn to find that zone. It's been big tonight as well. And try to throw some strikes, allow his defense to get him out of this inning. Anhorn comes set with the 2-0. That one will find the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Anhorn's got to dig just a little bit deeper here than he is right now. Focus up. Don't overthrow the baseball. He'll be in good shape. That one hit on the ground. Charging it. The throw. In time. No. Mehmet can't squeeze it. The run comes in to score. And move him over. 10-5.
For your DH, number 14, Scott Lewis.
Scott Lewis. Lewis doubled back in the second. It's his only base hit of the day, and trying to replicate that here. The Falcons are rallying. Strike 1. Anhorn finds the strike zone with a bit of a breaking pitch there. If he's able to keep doing it, that's what you like to see. We're going to have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, I believe. Couple guys getting ready in the pin for Grants Pass. The ball on a strike, the 1-1. That one will miss. 2-1. Right now in the pin for Grants Pass is Austin Falk, guy who Grants Pass just called up today, as a matter of fact. The young Austin Falk, a sophomore to be, Grants Pass High School. He's warming up in the pin, as well as TJ Guerin, a pair of righties warming up in the pin for Grants Pass. Popped up foul. Still 2-2. Nobody out in the inning. And it's Lewis at the plate. On deck, Jacob Cook. Take a look at Anhorn here on the 2-2 delivery. Kicks, fires, swing and a miss. Big strikeout for Peyton. 1 out.
Brings up first baseman, number 21,
Jacob Cook. And I'll tell you, Jacob Cook, ice in his veins, does a lot of things right on all the sports he plays. Very good basketball player. Baseball player as well. He's gotten a couple key base hits. Cook Very good ball player. And, you know, that is my biased opinion as I covered Klamath Union basketball this season, but it's definitely still a little bit of worry time out there for Grants Pass. One out in the inning goes a long way. One pitch will do it. Misses high there. Two guys still warming up. It's Falk and Gurin. Pitch in the dirt. I might score a run. Kissel can't find it, and it will only score one. It's 10-6 now as Dylan Short comes in to score. Now runners at second and third, still one out. That takes out the double play possibility. And still at the plate is Jacob Cook. He's got 2 balls and a strike. And maybe buying a little bit of time for his guys to warm up in the pen is Ethan Elsey. Not quite sure what's going on. It looks like could be Kissel's gear as well behind the plate. Two balls and a strike. Again, the double play is out of the question. So just looking to get one here. Tying run is on deck for Klamath. Hit hard into center field. Diving catch. My goodness. Nate Morgan. Nate Morgan just saved 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning. What an incredible catch. Leaping, diving, midair. The coordination for that young man, Nate Morgan. We look back on that catch. That's a big one. In steps Cade Fanning, now with 2 outs. Einhorn looking to cut him down. That'll be strike 1. Hit on the ground. This could do it. Tobin up with it. The throw. Stretched by Mehmet. No. Wow. That looked like he might have had it. The base umpire tonight says otherwise, and Coach Kissel comes out of the dugout. Wow. Very close call. Base umpire tonight, Cooper Roberts, making that call. And Kissel definitely going to throw in his 2 cents just to be sure. And you're not going to get anyone to overturn that, I don't think. Just looking to ask for help. Maybe, I mean, it doesn't hurt to do it. And also you're trying to wait for maybe a new guy to warm up. So the umpires are conferring. Gives us a chance to talk about what's going on tomorrow night at Agnew Lytle Field. And great special going on. When you walk into the ballpark until about the 4th inning, your chance to pick up one of these 2 beautiful items that are on your screen right now. Right now is right now. The River Dogs Double Play Meal Special. Nachos or tacos. I'll tell you what, I've had the tacos. Pretty dang delicious, but the nachos look pretty good as well. Might have to try one of those when I come out to the All Sports Park. So that's happy hour tomorrow. Over at the All Sports Park, you either get 2 nachos or you get 2 tacos. Plus 32-ounce beverages. And all this stuff you can find also on Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball on Facebook. Find us at Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball on Facebook. 0-1 the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and third, 10-7. Tying run is at the plate. Hunter Schweck. Throw over. Rather, it's not Hunter Schweck. That would be hit to short. Throw on is in time. The Grants Pass River Dogs hold on tonight. A 10-7 final here on the road in Klamath Falls. And if it wasn't for that beautiful catch by Nate Morgan in center field, we might be saying a different story right now. There you have it, the final tonight. We'll be right back and break down the action for you. We'll talk about what's coming up for the River Dogs here in a couple of nights when we continue the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week. PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
If you have a fear of overpaying, you foop. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without foop. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Final tonight from Klamath Falls, 10-7. The Grants Pass River Dogs taking this one tonight for Grants Pass. 10 runs on 13 hits. They committed 5 errors. They left 10 runners on base. For Klamath Falls tonight, they fall 7 runs on 6 hits. They committed 3 errors and they left 8 runners on base. For the Grants Pass River Dogs, this is their 3rd straight win. They're looking good and advanced to 7-3 on the young season. 7-4 on the season. Although, again, the season isn't all that young. We've only got a handful of games coming up. And, of course, the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic, which I'll tell you about coming up on the other side of the break. When we come back and we continue, we will break down the score sheet as we have it. We'll take a look ahead, and we'll send you to your weekend live from Klamath Falls. This is the Oregon California Supply Game of the Week on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
have a fear of overpaying, you have FOOP. But don't worry, switch to US Cellular and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G, plus no activation fees. So you can stream, capture, and post without FOOP. Switch and get a free Samsung Galaxy S25G at US Cellular. Choose fair.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Siskiyou Cellular at one of our 7 locations.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Shop today for all sizes and types of fire extinguishers for your boat, RV, truck, home, and shop. Visit OCS today for custom fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm. And save 20% off all fire hoses, valves, and fittings. Get to Oregon California Supply today, next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Welcome back to Klamath Falls. 10-7 our final tonight. The Grants Pass River Dogs advancing to 3 straight wins this evening. Overall, on the season, this puts them at 6 wins and 4 losses. Coming up for the Grants Pass River Dogs tomorrow night, actually, at the All Sports Park. Starting out August with a 3-game set against the Red Bluff Bulls from California. First pitch at 6 o'clock at the All Sports Park. Come on out. We got happy hour special. I'll tell you about it once more, and go ahead and tell your friends as well. The River Dogs double play meal, nachos or tacos. I'll tell you what, you get 2 of these things for $14 plus a 32-ounce soda, but you got to pick one or the other. If I was you, I'm telling you, the tacos, pretty darn tasty, but those nachos, they look good as well. I might have to try those tomorrow night at the All Sports Park. To learn more about us, find us on Facebook at Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball, and you can learn everything from scheduling changes to adding an addition of players. Speaking of which, a couple guys came up tonight. We didn't get to see too much of them. A.J. Elsey and Austin Falk, who was throwing in the bullpen in the 9th inning when there was a bit of a scare for the River Dogs, but they were able to calm it down a little bit, still hold on to the win tonight. The players of the game, in my opinion, Andy Lacey going deep in the 9th inning and really securing this one up for Grants Pass. Without that 2-run blast, who knows where we'd be. Don't know about the confidence of the team, but Andy Lacey having a great job. And then, of course, Nate Morgan defensively tonight. My God, what a beautiful catch in center field, diving, 4 or 5 feet off the ground, the leap that Morgan took earlier in that 9th inning for the second out. It was just beautiful. So tip of the cap to Nate Morgan, and he and Andy Lacey are our players of the game. A couple of guys pitched, 5 to be exact, for Grants Pass. Blake Hollingsworth, Colin Schultz, Andy Lacey, Bodie Kissel, and Peyton Anhorn with the combined team effort tonight, the platoon method being broken out by Coach Curtis Kissel. See if he employs that coming up when we talk about the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic that will be happening starting on, let's get this right, August 6th. As a matter of fact, this Klamath Falls team will also be in attendance when we talk about the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. They actually play the first game against a team in their conference. In the red pool is the Medford Mustangs, the Klamath Falls Falcons, in Fuego Baseball, and Northwest Diamond Sports. And in our own Grants Pass River Dogs division, it's the Eureka Humboldt Eagles, the Mudville 9, and Ice Baseball. By the way, Mudville 9 and Ice Baseball, both from Seattle. Well, actually not Seattle. They're from Washington. That's just the city I think of. But obviously Mudville, that's where they are playing from. So looking at this schedule, Klamath Falls, they play first against Medford, 5 o'clock on Thursday at U.S. Cellular Field 9. For your Grants Pass River Dogs, they will play at 7:30 p.m. over at the All Sports Park, Agnew Lytle Field in Grants Pass. And again, that is Thursday, August 6th. You're not going to want to miss it. It all culminates on Sunday, August 9th, with the placement and championship trophy games And going to be a lot of fun. The first tournament put on by these River Dogs, and of course, a crosstown rival, but partners in this venture, the Medford Mustangs. So be sure to follow us on Facebook for more information about the West Coast Invitational Baseball Classic. What you're looking for is at Grants Pass River Dogs Baseball on Facebook. We appreciate you tuning in to the Oregon-California Supply Game of the Week, brought to you in part, of course, by Lithia Superstore in Medford, by Hellgate Jetboat Excursions, by Oregon-California Supply, by Rogue Credit Union, by Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, and, of course, Southern Oregon Sanitation. The final one more time tonight, Grants Pass 10, Klamath Falls 7. I'm Josh Eldridge. Appreciate you tuning in to PlayActionSportsMedia.com, and we will see you tomorrow night at the All Sports Park for the Tehama Red Bluff Bulls. Good night, everybody.